afternoon and good evening. This is Ankush here from Alif Consulting. I'm working as an Azure Solution Specialist. Today we are going to talk about Azure Role-Based Access. Now, this is a very important topic in terms of managing the identity and the governance, because with the role-based access allow us to manage the resources and manage the permission for the people who are going to access or going to provision the resources in the Azure subscription. Now, first let's understand what exactly the Azure RBAC is. So as I told you, like Azure RBAC help you to maintain the permissions or maintain the compliance within the uh, Azure Active Directory tenant. In the tenant, we can have a multiple subscriptions, or we can have multiple peoples which can manage the multiple subscription as well. But with the RBAC, what we can do, like we can assign a specific permissions to the specific people on the specific level. So let's say there is a network engineer who is working in the organizations to for managing the all the network resources which hasn't been deployed in the Azure subscription. With the RBAC, what we can do, like we can give him us or we can give her a specific permissions to manage those resources. So let's say we don't want to give him or give her any kind of modifications, authorizations on the top of the any kind of network services which is running on Azure cloud. So RPAC can help us to manage those kind of permission. In the same way, we can manage or maintain the permissions to the other resources like a VM, storage accounts, resource groups as well. Now we have two types of RBACs. This is again interesting thing, because by default we get the RBACs in the Azure Active Directory or in the Azure subscriptions like owner, contributor, and reader. So those have a predefined set of permissions based on the access we are giving to the person. So let's say we are giving to the reader access. So in the reader access, what is a user is going to be get, he is going to get all the access to the all the resources which is there in the subscription. And with the reader access, he can read all the informations in of the any resources which has been deployed there, but he will or she will not able to do any kind of modifications. Same way, the contributor is like a lower version of owner. He contributor can do everything which owner can also do, but he would not be able to he would not be enable any kind of new services which owner can do, or he cannot cancel the subscription which owner can do. So these are the predefined permissions, or you can say is a predefined rollbacks, RBACs, which is there in the subscription. Now the second thing is which is called which called as a custom roles. So custom roles are basically created by a person or the admin within the Azure Active Directory or within the subscription to manage manage the access or the permissions. Let's say we want uh, access to the specific resources like the network resources, or maybe on the firewall, or maybe in the storage, but we want to give them only a specific access to the specific work. So let's say we don't want for the user, we want to give him the access to reset the password on the VM, or to modify the network configuration of the VM. So with the custom roles, what user can do, a user can basically uh, do the set of permission which we have defined in the custom role, or which we have created to the custom role. So we have two types of RBAC. Now here is a few use case of using the inbuilt RBACs. Like here is mentioned, like we want to give them a user predefined permissions like owner, contributor, reader to the specific subscription or the specific resource group. We can use them. Or let's say we want to give a specific database admins or the database users to allow the access to the databases within the Azure subscription. So that's again a use case to use the inbuilt. Now allowing a user or a person or a group to manage all the resources which is deployed in the resource group or in the subscription. So here are the few use cases of using the inbuilt RBAC. Now in the next we are going to talk about use case of the custom RBAC. Now in earlier slide, in the last slide actually, we talked about where we can use the inbuilt RBACs which is predefined within the Azure subscription. But in this slide we are going to talk about why the custom Azure RBAC is important. So custom Azure RBACs, like a first use case of to override the inbuilt RBAC. So that's how this has become a use case. So let's say you have a reader access, but when you give the reader access on the subscription with the inbuilt RBAC, the reader access allows the access of all the resources to read, allow the access to the read the information from the all the resources. But let's say we want to give the access to the specific service or the specific components within the Azure to read the permission, we can override this with by creating the custom RBAC, and we can give them access to the specific permissions sorry, the permission to the specific resource for the access to override the existing inbuilt Azure RBAC. Now we have another few more use cases, like restricting the user to perform a specific task, restricting the user to give the access for giving the for the resource only for which is required, allowing admin to maintain a stick access identity, and then allowing admin to maintain the compliance policies, which is a very important for the governance. Now this is how the scope looks like for the RBAC. So we initially have one Active Directory. In the Active Directory we have a subscription, and in the subscription we have a resource group, and then we have a resources which we basically deployed within the Azure subscription. Azure Active Directory is the primary hierarchy of the RBAC, from where the RBAC started. So initially we have a two levels of managing the RBAC. We can manage the RBAC in the Azure Active Directory, and then we can manage the RBAC in the Azure subscription as well. So managing the RBAC in the Azure Active Directories are basically related to the specific work for the Active Directory. But if we want to manage the RBAC within the subscription, that's something is we are going to do separately. So either what we can do, like we can have a group created in the Azure Active Directory, and we can map that group to the subscription, and we can define the specific permission on that group. And as soon as the user is added in the Azure Active Directory to that specific group, he will automatically get the permission based on the permission which I've defined top of the subscription. So with this way we can define any kind of inbuilt permissions, or we can define custom permission as well, which is also called a custom RBAC, and that will be get in automatically inherited to the resources and the resource group and the resources. So we can have three levels of inheritance. Like if we give the permissions to the subscription to a specific group or to a specific user, that will be automatically inherited to the another level, like a resource group and the object. If we give the permissions to the resource group, it will automatically get inherited to another resources which is in the resource group. Now if we give the access to the specific object or the specific uh, services which we have deployed, the user will only get the access to that specific service. So this is how scope look like for Azure RBAC. Now I will show you how exactly you can manage the RBAC. So to manage the RBAC, first let's go ahead and log into the Azure subscription. So in my case, I already have log into the Azure subscription, and so if you see, in my case I already have a Azure subscription and the Azure AD tenant running. So I am logging with the Alif admin with this in one of my tenant, which is Alif Consulting Demo dot on Microsoft.com, and in this I have three users. One is the Alif admin, one is the another one is the Alif user, and the another one is the Alif user one. So if you go here, if you go to the Active Directory, you would be able to see all of them. And if you go to the Alif admin, you would be able to see like this user have a global administrator role assigned for the Active Directory. So with this permission, what he can do, he can manage everything within the Active Directory. So let's say if we want to create any kind of new user, or if we want to invite any new guest user from the live account or from the Outlook live, he can do that, or he can perform those kind of operations. So let's say if I want to create the user, I can go ahead and have the user here too. too. So I don't want to give him any kind of access to the group. This user is going to be a user role. That's it. Fine. I can go ahead and create it. So you can see I can create the user with this Alif admin account through which I have logged in, because this user have a full permission on the Azure AD, which can give, which can through which I can do uh, all the works like creating a user, resetting a permissions, or resetting the password. Everything I can do with this account. But if I log in with the Azure Alif admin account, Alif, sorry, Alif user account. So let me take a copy of this. Let me sign in with the different account, and okay, so let's forget this first. Another account, paste next. I need to log in with the password. Okay, so I am in the tenant. Now if I go to the Active Directory, and if you go to the user, you will be see I am able to see all the users, but I don't have permission to create the new user, because my user through which I have logged in, it doesn't have any kind of permission. So if I go to the user profile, or if I go to the assigned role, you would see I don't have any kind of permission assigned the directory, so I can't create a new user here. Okay, now let's switch back to the admin account, which is Alif admin, and let's see how we can manage the permission within the subscription. So if you uh, okay, so I have logged back in the with the Alif admin account, and if you go to the subscription, you will see I have a one Azure Pass subscription running. And if you go to the access management, you can see I have a no user assignment yet. So this admin account is by default have the access, since it's a global administrator within the uh, Azure Active Directory tenant. At the same time, it's a service account for this subscription as well, because with this account I have created this subscription. So from here I can go ahead and add the another user as well. So as of now we don't have any user assignment here. So let's say if I go ahead and give the reader access to the one of the user within the Azure tenant, so I'm using the Alif user one. I'm giving this user as a read permission to the subscription, and let's review this. Okay, that's fine. And it's going to take 5 seconds to publish the permission here. So you can see this user has been now have access to this subscription. So just refresh it. You can see it's have a reader access to this resource. It means this user Alif user one have the reader permission to this subscription, and all the resources which in within this subscription, uh, it will be automatic get this permission will be automatically get inherited to all the resources which is in the subscription. Okay, so now I'm switching back to this Alif user one, and let's see what's happened. So Alif user one. Okay, so let me log in with the another account. Okay, okay, Alif user one. Next, let me enter the password. Okay, so it's asking me to reset the password, so let me reset it. Okay, I am logged in the subscription or in the Active Directory with the subscription uh, on which I get the permission. So if I go to the subscription, I will be able to see myself as a reader access under the access control. So if you see, I have a reader access. So if I try to add any new user, you see it's disabled because I don't have any kind of modification permission, or I can't modify anything in within the subscription. So I have all the option as a disabled, so I can't add any new user, or I can give the permission to any user within the subscription. Now if I go back, or if I go here, my role is showing as a reader, and I don't have permission to see what exactly the current cost of this subscription. Now let's say if I go to the resource group, or if I try to create any kind of resource group, it doesn't allow me to create the resource group. So let's say so it's giving me the error that I don't have a permissions to create the subscription. Now if I go back, okay, so if I go back with the admin account, which is this, and I change the permission to reader to the contributor for the specific account. uh, okay, so I don't have any options to modify this one. So what I need to do, I need to remove this one, and I need to re-add with the owner contributor role. So add role assignment, contributor, select the user Alif1, next, review. So here I can review the scope and the role and the member and assign. So once it's completed, we'll switch back and I'll show you that now since you have a contributor access, you would be able to create the resources within the subscription. Now sign in with the different account, Alif user 1. Okay, now if you go to the resource group, if you click on create, it will not give you any kind of error, but in my case it's giving me the error like you still don't have a permissions. Okay, no issues. Let's go back and check what is the permission showing under the subscription. So it should show as a contributor. So if you see, it's showing as a contributor. So let's go ahead and refresh this page once, and now we can go ahead and see if allow us to create the resource group. Okay, so we don't see any error now. We can go ahead and create the resource group, or within this we can go ahead and create the other resources as well. Like if you want to create any kind of machines, anything, it will allow me to create it in the here, and it's not going to give me any kind of error here. So this is how you can manage the RBACs within the subscription. And in my case I only have a one subscription, but in case of if you are having a multiple subscriptions within a one tenant, you can manage that as well, and you can assign a specific permissions to the specific subscription to the specific user by assigning them a role on them. And with this one, what you can also do, like if you are having hundreds of users through which for which you want to manage the identity, or you want to manage the permissions, it's not feasible to have that. So another thing is, what you can do, you can create a group, and with the group you can assign the access to the users as well. So let's say I'm switching back to the user, and I'm logging in with the Alif admin account, which is the admin account for my Active Directory and the subscription. So let's go into this Active Directory. I'll go ahead and create the group, and I'll call it a security group, and this is going to be Alif admins, and that's it. The owner is going to be Alif admin account, and click on create. Now what I'm going to do, like I'm going to add my users in this one, and post that I will show you how you can go ahead and have that permission assigned on the subscriptions. Now if I go ahead and go inside the group, and if I go to the members, you will see like I don't have any members. So let's say I'll add the few members here, like the Alif user and Alif user 2. That's fine. And if I refresh this one, uh, just give it a few minutes, it's showing done here. So let's refresh this one. Okay, it's not showing it. Yeah, it's here. So now you can see I have a users or two members in the Alif admin account. So what I'm going to do, I'll go back to the subscription. I'll remove the existing access which has given to the user 1. So as of now, if you see, I don't have any users or any permission assigned to this. So this has been already removed and no user assignment is exists. So what I am going to do, I'm going to assign the contributor role to the group which I have created. So if I go to the role, select the role and go to the members, select the members, what I'm going to do, I'm going to select Alif admins account, review and assign. So in this case, what is going to be happen, all the users which is a part of this group will be able to get the access to the Azure subscription. So it's done. Now let's switch back to the Alif user one, okay, which is not part of this group. So let's switch to the Alif user one, and if I go to the subscription, or if I go to here, or if I go to, you'll see like I have it will be going to give me the error like I am unauthorized to see the billing data. If I go to the access control, or if I go to the role assignment, I will not be able to see any kind of anything here because I don't have access, or I don't have any kind of permissions to read this role assignments. Now another thing is, if I go back or if I go to the resource group, I already have a one resource group deployed. So if you see here, it will going to give me the access like I don't have a permission here to see any kind of information or any kind of permission to create the resources as well. Now so it's saying like I don't have a permission to create the resource group as well. Now let's switch back to the another user which is the Alif one, which is a part of the group on which I have given the admin permission. So if I log in with the Alif user account, you will see uh, I will be able to see the Azure subscription. Okay, it's not giving me the subscription, so let's give it a time. Hmm, okay, let's see. So okay, let's log back to with the admin account and see why that user doesn't see uh, any subscription in the account. So role assignment, Alif admin and the member. So Alif user 1 or Alif user 2 is the part of this one. Okay, so let's log in with the Alif user 2 account, sign in with the different account and another account, paste. Okay, okay, all right. So password is incorrect. Okay, let me switch back and reset the password for this account. Okay, so I'm going inside the Active Directory, user, Alif user 2, reset the password and reset the password. Okay, so this is the temporary password. I'm switching to this one. So back and hmm, okay, so it's still not showing this one. Okay, so it might be some issue with the publishing, but usually with this way you can manage or you can assign the permission to the user. So that's what I have in the demo. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, or feel free to reach us if you need any help to start your cloud journey, or if you want to workload to the Azure. Thank you.